Yeah, you guys met at the nursery.
Oh, okay.
Hello and welcome to Race Day. Today we are hosting the Great American Train Race for Charity at Trainland. We have been working hard behind the scenes preparing for this special event, and we are so excited that you are joining us live. Before we dive in, I wanted to share how this event came to be. We've partnered up with the Family and Children's Association, which is an incredible organization that supports Long Island's most vulnerable children, families, and communities. They have such an incredible impact on our community, and we wanted to get involved, so we teamed up and came up with this fundraising event, which will benefit FCA's Lynn Vanderhall Nursery Co-op. This nursery provides childcare and educational and creative curriculum for preschool children residing in low-income communities. This allows the parents of these children to pursue a better life for their family. We are lucky enough to visit the nursery and meet some of the children and staff, and it was a truly heartwarming event. And that's why we are so excited and honored to have the opportunity to help support this cause. But we couldn't do this alone. I want to say a big thank you to all of you who have supported by donating to your race team of your choice. Every single donation is having a positive impact on these families, so thank you very much. We also want to thank our sponsors tremendously. We could not have done this without them. Bachman, Atlas, Lionel, Pico, LGB, Rapido, Walthers, and Athern all have donated and sponsored some of these families, so we really appreciate all of them participating in this great event. We consider ourselves incredibly blessed to be able to use our hobby for a good cause such as this one. So a big thank you to everyone who has supported this event. Now, if you haven't donated, there's still time. You can visit p2p.onecause.com/trainrace. Links at our webpage. And donate to your race team of your choice. All proceeds will be donated to the FCA's family support programs to benefit Long Island families in need. And get ready, because we are gearing up for the big 25-foot train race. We've paired up a child under FCA with a manufacturer sponsor, and each child will be racing their team's train in the race. It's going to be a great time, so stay tuned for that. We'll be tuning you in live shortly and also sharing some special messages from FCA and our sponsors. Enjoy the event and enjoy the race, and thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you guys, everyone out there who supported the event.
All right. And hello, everyone. My name is Christian. I'm helping out Ken Bianco Jr. today. I have the honor to. And along with me today are Tony Cook of Model Railroad News. How are you today, Tony?
I'm doing great. It's a great day for train racing.
Absolutely. And Max Harris of Max Railroad of YouTube, avid train enthusiast and model railroader as well. How are you today, Max?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Christian?
I'm fantastic. So yeah, we have a lot of super exciting things going on this morning. We have 4 cameras set up here, as you can see. I'll just try to show everyone. We got a camera right here, right over here. For speeches already, we can see people talking to each other, all hyped up and set for the races. Over here, and etc. The list goes on.
So we've got 8 manufacturers.
Yes.
We'll be competing. We've got 5 tracks set up there. Show us those tracks again, Christian. We'll let everybody know. It looks like we've got, okay, Max, I see there on the left, we've got a couple of HO, we got Classic 3 rail, and a couple of G-scale as well. So we got 5 tracks. What? They're 25 feet in length?
25 feet.
Wow.
That's a long stretch right there.
And you know what's great about this, and Max, I think you'll agree with me, that what's one of the first things when you put a locomotive down on the track, it's, I wonder how fast it'll go. And I know we're supposed to be, operating trains and, doing it prototypically and everything, but there still is that little kid in everybody, and we're going to see him in action today, that the first thing is open up that throttle and let's go. And we're going to see this all kinds of trains there from, look, we got Thomas. I see the Union Pacific powered by our people. We've got giant G-scale. I mean, this is going to be fun to see. Now, I know going into this, you had some predictions on what scale you thought had a bit of an advantage over the others. And what was it that you thought would help out scale-wise?
Tony, I was thinking that traditional logic of the bigger the better might be to the advantage of the racers. And I think the G-scale products might be coming out on top no matter what. But I'm interested to see how my prediction is going to play out. I mean, we're seeing the G-scale locomotive move around right now, and it seems to be cruising on the track right there. But I feel like Thomas is going to pack some punch as well. The HO trains, that's going to be a whole other category. But I think Thomas and those G-scale trains, they might put up a good fight. So we'll have to see how this goes.
I'm eager to see how it goes. Yeah, and we've got 8 of some of the biggest names. I mean, it's great train world as always when Ken Jr. reaches out for whether it's talk about new products or what's happening in the hobby. I mean, that's one of the neat things about a place like Train World and Trainland is that they know all these folks and do business with them. And we have got 8 of the biggies here today. Athearn, Atlas, Bachmann, and they will all be, I think all of although I've got to look, we've got a list, and as the brackets go, we'll be doing 2 at a time and going through the 8. We have in G-scale, LGB, and Pico. Athearn has HO. Lionel has the O-scale Thomas. Rapido and Walthers. In fact, we got a lot of passenger locomotives, which I think is great. When you think of passenger trains, you think speed. So
passenger trains will always have better acceleration.
Always, yeah. So I mean, as far as passenger, high-speed passenger, we've got a couple of F40s. One from Walthers from the train line. Rapido's new F40. In Bachmann, that wonderful Simmons Charger will be racing today. Atlas, we've got a Jeep 38 in Norfolk Southern First Responders livery. And Athearn, we've got the powered by our people 78. So everything, I mean, the liveries on these are amazing. Nobody's in drab colors for race day for sure. Don't you agree?
Oh yeah, 100%. Everyone's putting on their Sunday best for this event, and it's going to be quite a good show to see all these colors flying down the racetrack.
And we want to put an extra thank you out. The shirts you see us wearing, Lionel supplied hats and shirts for the kids. And, we've got kids here from FCA and their families. We've got some local politicians as well. We've had some other politicians that couldn't make it today that had citations given out for Ken Bianco and the team at Train World and Trainland. This is happening at the Lynbrook location, which is east of like Manhattan, Queens, and that area in New York. So the store right now is just open for the FCA folks and the people participating today, and we'll see them show up in a moment. 25 feet. It looks like an impressive track to me.
I don't think I could run 25 feet, honestly.
I don't know. Yeah, I was trying to think earlier this morning. The typical 4x8 HO layout, that your straightaways are probably just a handful of feet. So 25 feet. By right now I see the Powered by Our People Athearn SD70 Ace there.
Mhm.
And yeah, the scale speed. I don't know. I think, Max, you may be onto something. The G scalers, just by size, may have a leg up on this. So this is going
That's
to be
true.
interesting to see. I see some of the families coming in and handing out the shirts. And
Awesome.
the kids will be racing. We're going to have 8 brackets. We've got videos that we're going to show from the various companies. We've got a video of Ken visiting the FCA folks this week. So lots of fun stuff here this morning. So great way
Lots
to
and lots
start
of
your
fun.
Saturday.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a great event. I think it's going to be a lot of wonderful outcomes of this, and I'm really looking forward to seeing some trains go flying.
Yeah,
The little kid in me has always wanted to do this, so this is perfect.
Oh, exactly. When Ken Jr. said we're going to race trains, the first thing I said is, "Oh, I don't know if I can get a flight to come out there." He says, "No, we want you to be on video. You get so I get to say it." No, it's like, so I don't get to race trains, but it'll work. And see, we got the checkered flag at the end. Below the checkered flag is Christian, who's helping today. Hey, Christian, how you doing down there? He's at the finish line. The video we're looking at now is at the starting line.
yes.
Ken up there. Ken, are you gonna? Did you want to say something to us?
Oh, seems like Ken might be having some mic troubles right there.
Well, a little bit of mic trouble there from Ken.
It's all right. We'll jump back to him in a minute.
Certainly. There's goodie bags for the kids and family that are going to be here at the event today in Lynbrook, New York. In addition to, you saw the shirts, we're wearing the shirts. The companies involved that participated, and there still is time to donate. If you're just tuning in, you say, "Oh, I wish I'd have known about this." You can go to Train World's website. You'll see a banner across the top, and then you can go to it, and then you'll see the different companies, Athearn, Atlas, Rapido, Lionel, Bachman, Walthers. And then you can pick and you can support your team, your scale, your company that you like, and with a donation. I think at last I saw, we've already crossed, was it $7,000, I believe, Max?
Yeah, it's been a pretty great sum of money. But remember, folks, every donation, no matter how big, how small, will help out. This is benefiting some families truly in need. It really helps a lot of great people. So if you're able to donate, we ask you to make a contribution and help with this amazing cause.
Yeah, absolutely. And not to segue, we should definitely inform our viewers what the FCA is and their cause, because we have some nice videos to showcase, as well as one of Ken visiting the FCA.
Hey, guys, how you guys doing?
Hey, Ken, good morning.
Hey, Ken, there you go.
Good morning.
It's a great day to race trains, isn't it?
Yes. So just wanted to loop everyone in. We have a bunch of politicians surprised us today. William Gaylor, the Nassau County legislator, just stopped in, as well as Anthony D'Esposito. So, which is a great surprise for us. So different politicians. We actually have all the kids in the back with the TrainWorks train layout, and they're practicing for the race as we speak. So I didn't set up a camera there, but I should have. But they're having a great time. They're all getting ready for the race. So a lot of people are starting to roll in. We still got 15 minutes till some of the politicians start talking and speaking about the race. So it's all coming together now. But again, the kids are at the TrainWorks table. They're racing some Lionel trains and getting ready for the race. So they're practicing the remotes, the controls. So a lot of excitement. A lot of people that we weren't expecting are attending. So we're really looking forward to this.
How awesome! Now, our racers today, this is their first time, right? We've had no practice session, so anything goes. Anything goes, folks.
Anything goes. First time. It's going to be really exciting. They're just starting to get used to it by the TrainWorks table now. There's a lot of excitement. So we'll see. Who knows? Maybe one person is going to have the edge by that little bit of practice 5 minutes before, but you never know. And again, I don't know if you guys talked about it, but the donations that have been coming in have been phenomenal. Just unbelievable. Bachman, they raised over $1,000. Rapido, over $1,000. Walthers, over $1,000. In total, we have raised over $7,500.
Oh, okay.
Wow, that is fantastic.
That's awesome. I thought we had just crossed 7,000, but we're 75 now. Awesome.
7,500. It's insane. All the sponsors, Athearn, Atlas, Bachman, LGB, Lionel, Pico, Rapido, Walthers have all done a tremendous job raising, promoting it to their fan base, trying to get it's kind of like a race within the race. Right now, Rapido is in the lead. And Jason Schron really wanted to win, so he donated $1,000 himself. It's just unbelievable. Every manufacturer really pushed for this, and you've seen some huge donations, coming in, and not just from the company, but some of the teammates and employees as well. It's just a huge event, and we're really excited. But let me get back to the floor. I'm going to start shaking some hands. But keep up the good work. And Max, Tony, thank you so much for keeping the stream going. And we're really excited for the train races to start.
It's our pleasure, Ken.
Thanks a lot, Ken. And we talked about it. The today's event, the FCA is their mission is to protect and strengthen Long Island's most vulnerable children and families, seniors, and communities. And this is helping a nursery, so young kids is what this event is specifically targeted for. So what a fun event! And that's one thing about Train World, that again it's more than a business. They're a member of the community, and this is giving back to the New York area. But Train World is just it's a fun thing to get to do something like this, because it makes the event that much more exciting to know where the proceeds are going for this. And that's, we've got, as Ken says, we've got a lot of politicians today. I know we have Judy Griffin. We'll have either she's there or someone from her team. That's the Assembly District 21. And then we have the town of Hempstead, Donald Calvin Jr. He's the Hempstead supervisor. We've got a number of politicians, and those folks will be speaking. We've got people from FCA. You can see Ken there with some of the Train World folks and other attendees. We've got videos, as we mentioned, from the various companies that were involved in this as well. And Max, this is basically, when you talk about the different hobby companies, this is a who's who of everybody, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, we've got representation from every major manufacturer and most every scale. It's really great to see everyone kind of come together, because a lot of times you'll think of these guys as competitors, but at the end of the day, they're all here for the same thing, helping the community, helping people, and sharing the magic of model trains.
That's one of the fun things about the hobby, and you see that a lot with the train shows, the live events we do. As you say, you kind of think of that as their competitors, and they are. But again, the hobby is such a fun pursuit that I've found that in working with them I do Model Railroad News, monthly magazine on new products and reviews. And you've got a YouTube channel that as you interact with these folks, you find that they're enthusiasts. They're interested in model trains just like we are. I think everybody's drawn to the hobby, or, can easily, there's people I know that get hired and come into these companies, say, I'm really not a train person. And then I'll talk to them a year or so later, and they've, totally gotten into model trains. That,
oh yeah,
there's a draw to it. There always has been. And it's something I don't know how to explain to people that have not been in trains yet, but once you do, just the fun of it is awesome. And I think, have we got a video lined up here, or what, Christian, will we go into a video there?
Yes, just about to get a second video in store.
Okay.
This is the one that's going to explain what the FCA is,
Awesome.
And yeah, as well as another one of Ken visiting the FCA too. So we have a lot of great things in store.
All right. So, yeah, we'll touch back on some of the more magics of model railroading in a minute. But for now, here's a little preview as to what the FCA is all about, guys.
Securing Long Island's future together has never been more important. FCA has led the way in addressing and overcoming regional social crises for over 135 years. What started as an orphanage in Mineola, New York, has now grown into an organization comprised of 30 programs and over 300 employees spanning throughout Long Island. From children's mental health and wellness to senior care, from addiction treatment and recovery to gun violence reduction and homeless youth housing and support, FCA's commitment to Long Island residents and the improvement of overall quality of life is unmatched. Generating the support and revenue to maintain this vital mission can be occasionally challenging. In the midst of a global pandemic, those tasks are exponentially more difficult, and the health, safety, and futures of over 37,000 Long Islanders we serve depend on your generosity. The hope and relief that your support provides changes the lives of those directly in our own communities. With your assistance, we can help our Long Island friends, families, and neighbors overcome these barriers to success. We appreciate your continued enthusiasm and support of our mission. The future of this great place we call home depends on you. No matter the challenges that arise, FCA is here for Long Island and here for you. We are all in this together. Thanks again.
Definitely some great stuff. Could everyone hear the audio to that?
Yep.
Yes, excellent. All right, and then here's one more of Ken visiting the FCA.
All right, guys.
Yeah, right. We're like, we're at 795. Okay, yeah, because we can be service very good. Yeah, we can do
Who knows, maybe Malibu.
Hi, I'm Ken Bianco Jr. and welcome to Train World TV. Today we have an awesome episode. We're actually stopping by to bring some presents, some trains to the kids that are going to be part of the Great American Train Race for Charity. So big thank you to the sponsors for the event. Lionel, LGB, Rapido, Pico, Walthers, Athearn, Bachman, and Atlas. Thank you guys so much for donating for the kids here and the foundation. It's really important, and I think we're gonna have a great train race. I think the kids that are part of the FCA Family Association are gonna have a great time. So thank you. The kids in here are gonna have a ball. So stay tuned, keep on watching. Thank you so much. Anybody want a whistle? I don't know about we got some more trains.
Look at these trains.
We got bigger trains, small trains, all kinds. Ah, you're a collector. There you go.
Okay, now I'm jealous. The UPS man usually brings me my Train World boxes, and look, those kids had Ken bring the stuff to the post.
Ken, I fully expect you to show up at my apartment with a whole box of trains now.
Yeah.
I'd also appreciate if you wore a Santa hat.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I would expect that now. I see
Yeah.
Ken lined up there. Is there Ken seniors there? Who are the poster Christian with
Let's see.
Ken? We're taking
Seems like
some
we've got some photographs going on there. I mean, who doesn't like getting their picture taken?
and look at the trophies there. Isn't that neat? I didn't
Oh, yeah, have a
realize.
look at those trophies.
Oh, wow.
This is going to be a really great event. I can tell there's going to be a lot of smiles walking out of this building later today.
Yes, everybody's all smiles. Ken Jr.'s always smiles, but look at that. That is an extra big G scale smile from Ken Jr. because this event is rolling and looking great. We're getting some pictures here. Look at they've got trophies, and then they also looks like we've got medals there. Oh, and there's shirts. Lionel helped do the shirts and hats for the event. All the kids get a goodie bag when they go home. Again, we're going to start the races here. I think momentarily we've got a couple, some people to speak, but then we've got 8 brackets, and you saw the whiteboard. There's the whiteboard behind them, and we've got we've got our 8 manufacturers, and we're going to go bracket wise. This is just like a typical racer sporting event that we're going to go down and see who is the winner of them all out of all the companies that have participated today. So I'm eager to see, and I am leaning towards Max. Said he thinks the G scale, maybe just by its size, has got an advantage today. So we're going to find out how hot the racetracks are today.
Hey, I see Ken Jr. up there, but he's muted. There he goes.
There's Ken.
Hey guys, just cutting in real quick. So we have the mayor coming in maybe like 10 minutes. So that was a nice surprise. So he's going to be rolling through. So we're probably going to start speeches before he arrives, and then he'll probably say something after. So maybe in the next 5 to 10 minutes, we'll begin our speeches. I'm not sure if you played all the videos yet.
We did. We played the FCA video, and we played your video, and both Max and I are upset. We insist now that you come and deliver packages to our door in person. I know I would go bonkers if I looked out and it was not the UPS man, but hey, there's Ken Jr. on my front porch.
I would also request that you wear a Santa hat when doing it, but yes.
Yes, a Santa hat too, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so we're on track, no pun intended. Let's say it's 2 minutes to 8:30, so we'll start to get the speeches ready, and we'll flag down Christian. This way you guys have the heads up. But thank you, everybody out there, for supporting this great event. It's turning into a wonderful thing for the whole community, Long Island, New York. And we couldn't have done it without everyone out there. So really appreciate it. And we'll start getting things going shortly.
It's going to be a great event. Thank you, Ken. And I see someone in the YouTube comments right now saying that I'm biased towards the G-scale stuff. And I just want to say, I wouldn't say that I'm biased. I just, I'm doing a little math in my head right now, and I think G-scale is going to come out on top. And especially knowing the mindset of some kids, I feel like they're always going to go with the bigger is better mentality. So I've got a feeling the G Scale is going to be a pretty hot contender today. Plus, who doesn't want to see a Thomas race down the track? The Thomas is actually O Scale, my mistake. But anyways, I would have to say that the G Scale is at an advantage with size alone. However, I mean, I've let some kids come over to my model train displays before, and they have a real knack for letting these things go really fast, really quickly too. So we'll just have to see how it goes. I think it's going to be a very interesting event. I do want to make sure that we're having a nice and fair competition though, so I think that we might want to do some checks on the rails first, make sure there's no foul play anywhere, no random derailers or some grease on the rails.
I think the track was checked out at dawn this morning as we were getting going. Look at that. Here we go. You see there's the 2 rows of G Scale. We got 3 rail O, and I think that's Lionel's fast track that lights up as the train runs
that stuff's
down it.
fancy.
So how neat is that? And then we got 2 rows. It looks like Bachmann Easy Track there for the HO scale is on the right. The thing though, Max, I see what, again, the G Scale maybe, but it's the racer behind the throttle. And
100%.
Yeah, these boys and girls have been practicing a little bit, and nobody has had a chance at the track yet. There's been no real practice on the actual raceway, which is 25 feet in length. So this is going to be a first time for all of them. And I think the skill of the operators at the throttle will play into this pretty big too. So it's going to be
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, for one thing, there's a good amount of buttons on those throttles. We might end up seeing a train go backwards to start. We might see a train blow its whistle instead of rocketing forward. So it'll depend on the moment. I hope no one chokes at the throttle. I hope no one is going to seize up in the moment. But I think we're going to have a nice, fair race, and it'll be interesting to see how fast we can get these trains down that track.
Exactly. And as we said earlier, anything goes, anything can happen, because we got some of the, as young as model train enthusiasts get, they will be here. They're the ones racing the trains today. So, this is, again, first time on the track. We've got 8 of the biggest hobby manufacturers involved here. Athens got its HO scale SD70 Ace, the Union Pacific powered by our people. You see it there in the foreground. It's next to the Lionel O-Gauge Thomas. And then for the big G scalers, we've got LGB's Christmas Starter Loco. That I think is the steam locomotive there with the yellow cab roof. Then
a little 040, I believe.
Yes, and then the little green is the new Pico General Electric 25-ton locomotive, which is a neat this is fairly new tooling. This was out for last Christmas. This is its probably second or maybe first full Christmas. It's been available from Pico. Those are our 2 G scalers. Our additional HO, as we mentioned earlier, we've got a lot of passenger power, which you always think speed there. That wonderful new Bachmann HO scale Amtrak dressed in Pacific Surfliner. And the Surfliner one has that rear spoiler to it. So
that's going to help with the drag.
Yeah, it's got some aerodynamic advantage possibly. So it'll be there. We've got favorite F40 PH diesels from Rapido, from Walther's Train Line, and then Atlas supplied a neat GP38, the Norfolk Southern First Responder. So as I mentioned too, we got an amazing array of colors, which just seems perfect for racing, doesn't it, Max? I mean, race cars and everything, you always think they're not a plain black or white vehicle. We have got racing locomotives set up here today.
Absolutely. We've got lots of different colors, lots of different railroads, lots of different liveries and eras, all represented across the board. It's going to be a great show.
Hey, Tony and Max, just chiming in real quick. The mayor is coming down, so we're waiting 5 minutes for the mayor.
Right.
So we have William Gaylord. Let's get this right. So he's the Nassau County legislator. Anthony D'Esposito, representative, and then also the Limbrook mayor, Alan Beach, will be attending 5 minutes. So we're going to kick off the speeches hopefully in 5 minutes. So stay tuned.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Wow.
Hey, and just checking in on the donations real quick. It looks like we're up to $7,920, which is absolutely fantastic, guys. So thank you to everyone who's donated it. If you have not donated already, head over to Train World's website and you can select a team to donate to, back your favorite racer, back your favorite manufacturer. And let's get us to over $8,000 before the mayor gets here. How about that, guys? I think we can
that'd
do
be
it.
nice. Yeah, that'd be great to be able to announce yes. How awesome. Now, Max, tell me a little bit about yourself. You and I met for this event. I know
Yes,
you
we
have a
did.
YouTube channel. Tell me a little bit about what you do and your interest in the hobby.
So I started way back when I was a kid. My grandfather had a model train layout in his basement, and all my cousins were into trains. Eventually, they kind of all grew out of it, but I stuck with it for a while, and I consider myself the lucky one for that. Um, but over the years, I've been building model railroads in my free time whenever I can. I used to be a big O scale guy, but I've been moving to HO scale as of lately, just because now that I'm in college, I don't have all the space in the world. There is a university-sponsored model railroad club up here at Penn State, which is awesome, and they do HO scale, so I've been diving into HO scale. I've got some goodies right behind me on my workbench right here. But aside with model railroading, I also work at the Strasburg Railroad in Lancaster as a brakeman and student fireman. And it's really great to work right there at the scene. I get to work a lot with some fantastic people and work alongside the public and watch their first interactions with trains and see these impressions. It's really amazing to see how many lives are touched by trains on a daily basis. It's a really cool dynamic and makes me really appreciate the reaches of this hobby that we're in. And
Wow.
Tony, you run a pretty fantastic operation yourself. How about you tell us a little bit about that?
I've been editor of Model Railroad News for the last 10 years. With that's White River Productions owns it. All the magazines I produce are for White River. Model Railroad News covers new product announcements, in-depth reviews on the latest things in all scales. I also recently this year, White River picked up Diesel Era magazine. I'm the managing editor for it, and it covers, as it says, the diesel era from first generation to contemporary on locomotives. And then I also do HO Collector. It's a quarterly, published 4 times a year like Diesel Era is. And HO Collector talks about vintage HO and collecting old model trains that, as you mentioned, Max, getting into HO, I've always been an HO guy. I collect a little bit of everything. So especially when Ken will have something on sale at Train World, it's like, well, I don't have that much O gauge, but I can't say no to that. That's too cool. So you end up buying a lot of things that it's like, well, I don't know why I have that. That's not even my scale or my era, but it was just too cool and too good a price to say no. But
Absolutely.
yeah, those are the 3 magazines that I do. It's an exciting thing because it covers old trains, new trains, and real trains. So, and that you can find all that at shop.whiteriverproductions.com. And Max, did you mention your YouTube channel? Because I think you've got a spot people can go to watch videos. And what do you do there on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, well, I haven't posted too much there lately just because I haven't had time to make videos, and I'm not really in a circumstance where I can because there's not much to make videos about up here. But I used to make a lot of videos about my O gauge layout back home, which I built after my family moved to a suburb outside of Philadelphia about 6 years ago. And that layout is about 10 feet by 20 feet. I was the condition of moving was I got a room for trains, and if not, I would run away and join the circus. But my parents met me in the middle, and I got a really great sized room that I built a no gauge layout on, which was my first experience with building a real layout. So it has its flaws here and there, but it's perfect just the way it is, and I love it. As I've been moving towards HO, I'm looking into opportunities to build more, and I'm with the Model Railroad Club here at the university. I've got a couple. We're building a modular layout currently, which has been a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to sharing some stuff about that on my YouTube channel, probably starting next year. So if you'd all like, I'd love a subscription or whatever. Head over to YouTube, Max Railroad, and check it out. And Tony, since I just shamelessly plugged myself, feel free to do the same.
Yes, you can find me at modelrailroadnews.com. We're on Facebook. As I mentioned, all of the White River publications, which I think when I started with White River about 10 years ago, we had like Passenger Train Journal and Railroads Illustrated, and now it's up to maybe 10 regular publications: Railroad Model Craftsman, Railfan and Railroad, Narrow Gauge Gazette, Rail Pace, O-Scale. I mean, we've got all sorts of things. And speaking of those publications, I also want to give a shout out because we'll be covering this in Model Railroad News, but I know that Hal Miller, I think with Classic Toy Trains over at Kalmbach, will be covering, and then also it's O-gauge trains, I believe. We've got maybe Christian can help me with that, or Max, if you remember. But look for coverage in the magazines on those, and we want to thank.
Yes. O-Gauge Rarity Magazine is going to be doing some coverage on this event too.
Awesome. I mean, it looks like the people are filing in there. This is at the Lynbrook, New York location in the New York City area. This is Trainland. If you've always bought online, you think Train World, and the stores are Trainland. And this one's in Lynbrook. And as Ken Jr. said to us, we're going to have the mayor in here in just a few minutes. We still have videos from the different companies that are involved. 8 of the big companies in the hobby are going to be racing today. And there's the whiteboard behind the counter there where we're going to go bracket by bracket and see.
March Madness style.
March Madness style. Yes, it is. So it's going to be interesting to see. This is going to be an exciting day. I'm eager to see how the kids handle, the trains. But I'm wondering, one of the things I want to see, you mentioned like maybe starting out going in reverse. This is that. I don't know. We've got everybody here. This is their first time on the track, first time with these throttles. So I think that's a huge factor that's going to be fun to see, again, that, okay, you're jump behind the wheel and go. And it's like, well, we're going to see what they're going to do.
It's going to be really interesting to see how some of these kids react. When I get a new train on the track, the first thing I want to do is I want to gun the throttle up. I want to make sure it runs just right. Maybe not as fast as that, especially because my club layout has 18-inch radius curves, and I'm not trying to send something to the moon. But it is always fun just letting something open up and really see how much punch that locomotive packs. So we'll definitely be getting a good representation of that today. Now, my biggest concern, how much cushioning do they have on the other side of this runway here? Are there a couple, is there a parachute or something like that on the back of those trains, like race car style?
I don't know. Christian, tell us that. I don't think we've thought this out all the way. We got 25 feet of raceway. How do we stop?
Yeah, it looks like for the HO tracks on the left, there are 2 bumpers to stop the engine. But for the O-gauge track, actually there is a bumper for the O-gauge track, but for the large scale and G-gauge track, there's like nothing. So if those things don't stop in time, they're going to go flying off and practically into me, because I'm standing literally right in front of the G-gauge track. So
well, actually, if I'm looking there on the G-gauge track, it looks like there's 2 insulated joiners, which would cut power for about the last maybe 2 or 3 feet of track right there. So that would cut the power and cause the wheels to lock up. So hopefully that'll give the trains ample time to slow down to a stop. But if not, you might want to get a helmet, Christian.
Yeah. Christian, do you have a catcher's mitt there? There may be a fly ball coming at you that you're going to have to grab. Yeah.
There we go. Hey, and we just had another donation. We're up to $77,970. Thank you, everyone, for rolling those donations in. We do greatly appreciate it.
Yeah,
all this money is going to a great cause. So thank you so much, everyone. And thank you to the guys in the YouTube comments who are keeping us up to speed on everything. We really appreciate all the support here. It's for a really great cause. No matter how small, every donation helps, guys.
Closing in on $8,000, as Max just said. And this, again, is helping FCA out in Long Island that helps children, seniors. The donations, all the money given today will go for a nursery that helps little, young kids. So it should be very exciting. There is still time. Go to trainworld.com. Look at the banner that talks about the Great American Train Race. That's what we're doing today. This is a Great American Train Race for Charity live from Lynbrook, New York, in the New York City area. And we're going to be racing in 8 brackets, trains of all scales. We're going to get underway here pretty soon. And there is still time, though. And as Max says, we're closing in on $8,000. Let's see if we can get over that $8,000 mark. And by going to trainworld.com, you can click and select from the different companies. That's how you donate. You donate to a team. So you could pick Bachman, or you could pick Pico or Walthers and make a donation. Yeah. So the companies have all come out, have done great things. Ken Jr. mentioned that Jason Schron at Rapido donated $1,000 because he wanted to win. And doesn't that just sound like Jason he's such a character? And the minute I heard that,
Jason is a character for sure.
I just laughed because I can just see him saying, well, I'm going to win. I can hear him saying it. So, not going to be cut out. But Yeah, we're closing in on $8,000. We've got the podium set up there. We've got a number of local politicians. I know Ken Jr. is going to talk. I think I see him there shaking somebody's hand. We've got the mayor of Lynbrook, New York is going to be here. Trophies for the kids, goodie bags. Thanks again to Lionel for the hats and the caps and things being given away. Thanks to all shirts. Yeah, a shirt. We're wearing the shirts. But this is an amazing, fun event, and I can't wait to see these locomotives in action and see what's going to happen.
I don't know about you, Tony, but I can still remember way back in the day when I would used to get trains for the first time. Like I remember back when I was maybe 3 or 4 when my grandfather had this big model train set up in his basement, and I come home from kindergarten one day, and my dad built a small one in our basement, and the look of joy is pretty well captured on my face in some classic family pictures, but that look of just pure, oh my God, I have my own trains now, is just all of the joy in the world encapsulated in one big toothy smile. And I know that we're going to get a lot of those smiles today once these kids start coming in, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how happy a lot of them are going to be, because I can still recall that feeling of euphoria as I got my first trains. So I'm hoping that all this money that's being donated is going to contribute to a great cause to help some kids who truly deserve some happiness, really get the happiness no matter what form. But if it's a model train, then it's a model train. And that's the purest smile you can get.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And it is, that, as you say, what is that about that first time you've got that throttle, that power pack, your train set up? I don't know what that is, but it's so exciting. That lure of model railroading and running your own empire and setting up the track and the buildings and the locomotives. Oh yeah, I mean it's loads of fun. There's a reason it's the world's greatest hobby.
Absolutely, yeah.
Looks
Tony,
like
now
Ken Jr. is surveying the scene here. Looks like.
Yeah.
Can you cut me in and then just let me know if you hear me?
Okay.
All right, looks like we're about ready for Ken Jr. to take over the reins here. So let's pass the floor over to him.
Test.
All right, guys, we've also hit $8,000.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for joining on Facebook and YouTube. Hopefully you could hear me. Let me just give a sign from Christian. Working out good. Okay. Jimmy, just make sure everything's going on with Christian okay on the stream. All right. And hello, everyone. Welcome to Trainland, and welcome to the Great American Train Race for Charity. We have had so many people working hard behind the scenes preparing for this special event, and we are excited that it's finally here. Before we dive in, I wanted to share how this event came to be. We've partnered up with the Family and Children's Association, which is an incredible organization that supports Long Island's most vulnerable children, families, and communities. They've had such an incredible impact on our community, and we wanted to get involved. So we teamed up and came up with this fundraising event, which will benefit FCA's Lynn Vanderhall Nursery Co-op. The nursery provides childcare and educational and creative curriculum for preschool children residing in low-income communities. This allows the parents of these children to pursue a better life for their family. We were lucky enough to visit the nursery and meet some of the children and the staff, and it was truly heartwarming. And that's why we are so excited and honored to have the opportunity to help support this cause. But we couldn't do this alone. I want to say a big thank you to all who have supported by donating to your race team of your choice. Every single donation is having a positive impact on these families. So thank you so much to everyone who has supported and donated. We're raising hopefully over $8,000. I mean, tremendous, huge number. 8,000. So thank you. And this event is being live streamed on YouTube and Facebook right now. So people are donating as we speak, watching the event. They're going to watch the kids race the trains. So it's truly amazing. We have, we've sent this out to over 100,000 different people out there, and the whole world is watching. We also want to thank our sponsors, Bachman, Atlas, Lionel, Pico, LGB, Rapido Trains, Walthers, and Athearn, who have donated to this cause. We consider ourselves incredibly blessed to be able to use our hobby for a good cause such as this one. So a big thank you to everyone who has supported this event. Before we start the race, I want to give a quick rundown of how it will work. We've paired up a child under FCA and a manufacturer sponsor, and each child will be racing their team's train in the race. And this is a 25-foot race, so it will be fun to see. We have the trains here. They're going to run them down the finish line, so the kids hopefully are going to have a great time. So thank you, everybody out here supporting this event. We really appreciate, and the families for coming down and the children for racing these trains. We really appreciate it. And next up, I'm going to hand it up to Lisa Birch of the FCA Association.
Thank you, Ken, and thank you everybody for coming out on this beautiful Saturday morning here in November, here in my hometown of Lynbrook. I've known Trainland forever. It's been here since I was a child growing up, and I'm so happy to be able to partner to raise money. My name is Lisa Birch, and I am privileged to be the Chief Operating Officer of Family and Children's Association. As you heard, the Lynn Vanderhall Co-op Nursery, which has been around in the village of Hempstead for, help me out, Donna, 25, 30 years, serves kids and families who don't have the resources to be able to find some place where their kids can be safe and be watched while they go out and they take English classes or they look for a job, or some of them, get help with substance abuse issues. And at Family and Children's Association, we're honored to be able to have the privilege of doing that for the community. And we've been doing it for so many years, but it's one of those programs that really goes unfunded. It's what we call a mission program. We've been doing it for so many years on a shoestring budget. And we're really fortunate to now be able to have some funding coming in to help support what we're doing and support the families. And so fundraisers like this, where the money goes directly to the co-op, are really invaluable. So I know the kids are really getting anxious. Are you guys excited to race your trains? Let me hear it. Awesome. So I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I really do want to thank Ken and his wife Tina for being here, for having Trainland be part of our community and for helping and to partner with FCA. I'd also like to thank the elected officials who came, Mayor Beach and Councilman D'Esposito and Councilman Gaylord. And, your support also is tremendous, and we couldn't do this without being partners with you as well. And we couldn't do any of this without Nicole Flannery, who put everything together on behalf of FCA. This was her brainchild, and it's amazing. Also, Myra, who runs our nursery co-op, is here, and Donna Teichner, who oversees all our preventive services in the community. So without the great staff, none of this would happen, and without our partners, none of this would happen. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it, and let's get racing. Who's next, Nicole?
Well, they want to get racing first. I don't want to. First of all, this is really wonderful that you're doing this. It's unbelievable. And I really did not know the history or the background about this until I got the information at Village Hall. And anytime a group of people get together and do something for people that really need help and that we're not aware of is commendable on your part. Thank you very much. Now, and then I'll go to Trainland. Trainland, I don't have to tell you how long Trainland was here. I used to ride my bike from Valley Stream when there used to be a big picture in the front. Actually, not a display of all different trains, a big mountain. And I'm still a kid. I still have trains, I'm still enjoying it. But I just want to thank you so much for doing something like this. And if the village can extend itself to you to help you and with other things with this, we'd be more than happy to work with you and try to get something organized to help financing of this. All right, thank you very much. All right.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's great to be in Trainland. I was telling Lisa before, this is a place that I used to visit with my brother and my dad, I think when I was about between 5 and 10 years old. So it brings back great memories. And the fact that you guys are opening up your doors to a great organization is amazing. The work that FCA does is tremendous. Recently, Supervisor Clavin and I and our colleagues on the town board, we've partnered with this great organization and to continue the work that they're doing and bring their mission mobily. And we've given them or helped provide a grant for $330,000 for the first smart bus. And Lisa and I were just talking about it. It's in the process of being built right now, and it's going to bring the resources that FCA has on the road. Obviously, following COVID, we've had to adapt and overcome, and they've been on the front lines of doing that. And I'm proud and happy that Supervisor Clavin and our colleagues in the town of Hempstead could help support that mission. So have a great day today. We're all raising money for an awesome cause, and let the race begin.
Thank you, Anthony. That was great. I'm Legislator Gaylor, but I don't have $330,000 in grant money, but I wish I do. And I'm just here to say this is a super event. Big shout out to Trainland for hosting this and sponsoring, and they've been a great asset in the community for 46 years here in Lynbrook, I think. Their roots go back deep. I think we said 75, 76. That's when you took it over, right? And obviously a lot longer because Alan's coming as a kid. All right. So anyway, the FCA is doing a great job. I just want you to know your partners at the county truly believe in what you're doing. We support your efforts. We wish everyone well, especially during the holiday season. What a great cause. God bless you all.
All right. So with that being said, thank you very much to our local politicians, everyone coming here. Let's get racing! All right. So who wants to race first?
All right, Tony, I think this is our cue time for the color commentary to start.
I think so. We're lining up. We're starting the first of the 8 brackets here.
All right.
Ken made the official call. Let's get racing. So
I see
our
photographer getting into position there. Kids are coming up, getting ready. Some final track prep going on over there.
You okay?
Yeah.
All is great, Ken. Let's see what we got going on first. So I believe how this works is each child has been paired with a manufacturer. So let's see which of the manufacturers will be racing first. I'm curious to see how the matchups are going to go between scales, as we've been talking about. But I'm also curious to see which manufacturer is going to prevail in the same scale, because we've got Ather and we've got Rapido and Bachmann in the HO category, to name a few. So it'll be curious to see which train has the best acceleration. Now, in HO, I think my money's got to be on the Surfliner Charger. That aerodynamic locomotive, that thing will really rocket forward if you give it some juice. So we'll see how it goes.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, wow. Oh, no, what's happening?
Pico's got this one, I think. Oh, what happened?
Oh, my God.
Oh, yep, there we go. Yeah.
Wow, that Pico engine just really overtook the LGB.
Off. Yeah, Pico's little GE 25
All right.
is the first winner.
Wow.
Here.
That thing packs a serious punch. Wow.
Awesome.
This kills the power here, right? Yes.
Thank you.
You also have some trailers
It
here.
was Pico.
You might have to come around.
Man, that was not even
Jesus.
Right down on the top.
What a race.
So it does look like, Max, as you mentioned, they both stopped there. So yeah, I think that there is a power thing there.
Hi, I'm Stacy with LGB. I just wanted to say good luck and congratulations on getting to run the coolest, fastest train at the big race. LGB is the original Garmin train, and we have over 50 years of experience making high-quality, fast trains. Just like Santa and his reindeer, this train is lively and quick. So with you, LGB,
all right, so
the man in the red suit.
Thomas, who wants Athearn powered of the people engine?
All right. Well, after that first race, it's pretty obvious that Pico has a very strong motor. Both trains did a fantastic job, and both trains would be a fantastic addition to either of your collections.
You're going to operate this one.
You turn it that way.
And we'd like to give a big thanks to both Pico and LGB for contributing.
Sicchiani Core. Okay, so you're going to operate this Athearn train. So come on down. So when I say 3, 2, 1 on 1, you're going to turn this throttle. Ready, buddy?
All right, the next looks like powered by our People ST70, right, Tony?
Right, yeah.
You're going to turn
We're
this
going to mix scale car. I think we have Thomas, the Lionel, and the Athearn ST70 and HO.
All right, well, let's see who will prevail here. My money's on Thomas. Thomas has been part of my life for a long time, so I've got faith in Thomas.
You guys ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1, go!
HO
There goes Thomas is taking the lead.
Yep.
Had a slow start, but it looks like he's going to make it to the finish line first.
Thomas has got this one.
Here's the big winner.
All right.
There you go. HO started out in front of the Athearn 78, but yes, Thomas took off.
Okay.
Athearn
Lionel
definitely beat Thomas with the acceleration there, but overall Thomas prevailed with keeping up with speed.
Well, you know, the HO, though, kept right up. You know, we talked about with scales factor into this.
Okay.
The HO had a good jump start there, but yeah, wow. I was
if we
impressed.
think about this in terms of scale speeds, I feel like HO might have had the O-scale beat there. Because when you do the math, the HO is covering more distance, but hey, we're not here to do math. We're here to race some trains, and Thomas is our winner. So, good job, Thomas, and good job, everyone.
So we're setting up here. This is the third heat that we're going to run here. Looks like we've got another HO.
1, 2, 3, and one more time right here.
Looks like we have the Rapido New Jersey Transit F40.
Thank you, everyone.
And the Atlas Training First Responders GP38.
Norfolk Southern unit. Wow, that is such a neat looking locomotive, that Norfolk Southern.
Mm-hmm. I saw the real one not too long ago. That is a pretty cool looking train.
Oh,
right
wow.
there.
Yeah, no, I've not seen that before. That's awesome. And yes, Rapidos, that's New Jersey Transit. Very, very appropriate to have here in the New York area.
Oh, yeah.
It's an F40PH, and that's
passenger
a
locomotive. They are designed to go
them.
fast. So I think if I were a betting man, I would say my money's on Rapido this time around. I think passenger locomotive.
I see our two racers there. It looks like we've got MRC controllers that they're working with today for all the scales. Ken is kind of giving them the last minute ready to go here. This is our third bracket that we're racing. Atlas and Rapido facing off. What they look ready to go.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's let those kids get their hands on the throttle and let these trains rip down the tracks.
Well, I think the little guy there, he's ready to go. He's ready to go. Now
he's ready for it. He's reaching for the throttle. He wants to get these things going. That's it. 2, 1, go.
There you go, man. The F40 is taking off.
Man, the F40 is absolutely killing it.
Give it the juice.
All right. Rapido's F40.
There you go.
Have a look at that, guys.
HO scale F40 PH.
All right, good job. All right. Whoa.
Wow, look at that. Well, it is a passenger locomotive, so I can't say I'm surprised.
I think, I would bet, I think it was that little guy was running that Rapido. You could tell he was ready to get on.
He was excited. I feel like his energy, his energy transmitted through the throttle as he just ripped it right open.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'd say the racer really had a lot of influence there.
There's Ken Jr. taking there's the GP38 from Atlas.
Yeah.
Now we're putting, this is another F40. I think this is our Walthers Amtrak. This is from the Walthers train line collection. Amtrak A3. We've got another F40 PH Electromotive Division locomotive built for Amtrak first in the mid-70s. And was the face of passenger trains in North America.
You can do Broadman railways with them.
So very well known.
I would very much so like to see both race each other to see which manufacturer has a faster F40. That would be interesting. Now I also hear that all the trains
Give it up for the kids.
dumpsters, so it might go dumpster diving behind train today.
Oh, here's the Bachmann surface
Modern Amtrak versus old Amtrak.
Aerodynamics will top the F40.
County live steamers where it's a park where they hold meetings and
This will
people
be an
can go
interesting
and ride
race
the
right here.
trains.
We've
You
got
know,
our
they sit on
Amtrak
the back.
versus new
stand up
Amtrak.
That's
everybody?
very good thing. If you haven't done that, I don't know. It's called live
All right,
steamers.
so you're
And
going to be
that
the
is a
Amtrak
great family
F40
experience.
engine
Sure.
by Walters. Yep.
Looks like we're training our racers right now.
Bachmann Charger engine. Come on
I haven't
down.
seen it, but I hear about it.
All
I've
right.
seen
So
pictures in
on
the
3, 2,
magazines and stuff, but it's only
on
seasonal.
one,
I think
you
that's
guys
right.
are going to turn this
Yeah.
all the way up
Yeah, I'm
to
too
make it
busy.
go really, really fast.
structures that they have.
Yep.
James, you tested
Yep.
it.
Tony, how you feeling about this race?
Yep, yep.
I
I hear
really
that.
think,
hear
I
that.
don't know, that
They buy stuff from it.
they're both passenger locomotives, both HO scale. We've got Bachmann's new Charger, Walters train line F40 PH. We've got the young lady there is going to be running the Bachmann Charger, and our little guy there has got the Walters F40. Their hands are on the throttle.
3,
About to do the
2,
countdown.
1.
The Charger and zooming out of there. Oh, the F40 doesn't stand a chance.
There
Go,
comes-
go, 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 go.
Looks like slow orders for that F40. Our throttle right there needs to open her up more. Oh, boy, that awesome body has done it.
Ooh, that
There you
keep
go,
alive kept it all the way up to
Turn, turn, turn.
I think we got a prototypical scale operator there on running that Walters.
Yeah, all right,
To the
good.
next
Good
operating
job, buddy.
session. He wants to run them real. He's not.
He
He's
wants to
not
run
in
nice
the
and
race.
slow, just like the real one. And just like a true Amtrak F40, it looks like he's going to need some help getting across the finish line. Oh, no, there it
There
goes.
we go. And that's
All
the
right.
thing. We said
Bring them
anything goes because again, these kids have not. They got to practice a little bit this morning.
Bachmann Charger.
But this is, this is all new. You see Ken telling them and showing them how to open the throttle up. So that's part of the fun of this. Is this is their first time running some of these. So that's a big
get another
variable.
one.
We see it here that the looks like our operator on the Walthers there didn't knock that throttle all the way open because I know it would take off more than that. But boy, that new Bachmann Simmons Charger is such a neat locomotive with all the LED lights on it.
Oh, yeah, Bachmann did a fantastic job
Okay.
on those.
So we
And it's
have
great to see that it can really
take
move.
off the LGB one.
Yeah,
So
You know,
we're
that
going
thing
to
went so
race
fast
the
it might even be
Pico.
comparable to one of the G-scale
and the
engines.
Lion.
That Charger was really moving.
All right.
Up there's
Nikki, do you wanna
Thomas
race the
is
same
back.
people, or
I
do you
love
wanna
that
get more
light up
kids
fast
to
track.
race?
You can see the different color lights in that road
That
bed
stuff is
track.
fun.
Oh, they illuminate as it runs. That's so awesome.
And the Pico?
Hey, and guys, a quick update on our donations. We're
No, no.
currently at $8,595. Thank you to everyone who's donated. This is truly a worthwhile
Okay, so
cause.
who's racing? Who was
And
the
if you
Pico
are
train?
thinking about
Who was
making
the
a
Thomas
donation, I
train?
encourage you to do so because
You were the
just think
Thomas?
back to the moment
Right?
of you getting
All
your
right.
first train and think about how
I
your
remember
donation
you
will
at
help put
the
that moment into the
nursery.
lives of so many
Give me a
children.
pound. Whoa! Whoa! All right. Come on down. Come on down. All right. So you're the Thomas one, and who was the Pico?
All right. Jesus.
Okay, we got the
So you're going to be
Pico
this train right here.
25 tonner was our
You're
first
the,
winner
the
today.
Pico Christmas engine
It's
versus
back
the
against
Lionel Thomas
Lionel
engine.
O.H. Thomas.
So this is a big race. So you have an O scale train versus a G scale train, which is really large.
Tony, my money's
So
on
on
Thomas
one,
here.
you guys know to
Going
go,
on
right?
Thomas again. I'm going to say
All
the
right.
Pico's got
Everybody.
a good shot here.
3,
All right.
2, 1, go!
Kids go. Open up the throttles. Oh, and now he's wrong. Wow.
Oh, I think Pico's got this, man. Look at that. Oh,
All
the
right.
Pico Christmas G25 tonner's done it.
All right.
And here
Good
comes
job,
Tommy.
buddy. Oh. Good job, man. All right.
How about that?
So Pico moves forward in our bracket.
Seems like Pico. I just am gonna say my prediction about G scale being fastest. But I would like to see one of the O scale engines against the LGB engine that was a little bit slower than the Pico one. I think it might be fun to see how those two scales mix.
Rapido. Actually put Rapido on this track and the Bachmann on the outside.
Oh, here we go. The F40 in New Jersey Transit from Rapido Trains. And you can find out more at rapidotrains.com. You can search Bachmann Trains online as well and see the Simmons Charger's been one of the hottest locomotives to come out in HO scale.
All right. So
Absolutely.
we need the
I know,
who was
I've got
the
one.
New Jersey Transit engine? Rapido, New Jersey Transit.
Let's see. Someone get on up there. Let's give that F40 a spin.
You want to do it? Yeah, come on in. Yeah, let's do it.
And then we had the Bachmann
We got
Charger.
this young man right here stepping up to the throttle.
Or this, whoever.
I think the young lady was the Charger, right?
Okay.
Yes, you were the Charger, right? All right.
Okay, here we
Okay,
go.
so you're gonna let's swap. Switch sides. Okay, so you're the Bachmann Charger right here. You're the New Jersey Transit F40 by Rapido. Okay, so on one, we're gonna go really, really fast. All right. So on three,
This is gonna be a good one.
3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off. Oh, it looks like we had a false start there.
Oh.
Woo!
I don't know about
Go,
that.
go,
I think
go,
it looks
go,
like the
go,
Charger
go,
got a
go.
little bit too.
Oh,
It wouldn't matter
out.
too much.
And the
There
Bachmann
we go.
Charger
Heat
wins
Lab's
again.
gonna
I
open up
think
way into the track.
looks like we're checking here that I don't know if our guy at the throttle. The young lady though takes it there. That Bachmann clearly won, but it looks like we're looking over the Rapido F40. Did we not have it on the track right?
Well, seems like we got some referee review going on right here.
We are, yeah, we're checking things out here.
But the acceleration on those Chargers, just like the prototype, those things can seriously move.
Looks like we're lining them back up,
Okay.
Max. I
So
think
we're
we're
doing it one more
go
time.
again.
Or- Okay,
okay. We're gonna. Yeah,
All right.
we had some
Yeah,
mishap
Christian,
here. I
this
don't.
is
I
gonna
think
be a
Rapido
redo.
was not on the
There
rails
was a
right.
flag on the field.
Oh.
All right,
Okay,
Ken is
Junior,
announcing a
run
redo,
this
everyone.
one again.
So you
Someone
guys ready
violated the
again?
blue
We're gonna do
signal.
one more time. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
And
Oh, they're off again. The Charger is
Go,
out in
go, go,
front.
go, go, go!
And it seems like Rapido's
Oh,
realistic
man!
operation has
Now it's
pushed them
catching up.
to falling behind. Oh, it's
Go!
catching up. It's catching up. Oh, it's close,
Oh.
but no cigar.
All right.
There we go.
Good
The
job,
Bachmann
guys. Good
Charger.
job.
That rear
Good job, buddy.
spoiler is so
All
neat
right.
on those, and that's only on
Go
that
Bachmann.
Surfliner
Yep.
version. But there you go. That's
All
that
right.
is the most
James, you can bring them
modern
now.
passenger locomotive on North American railroading right now. Is that Simmons Charger? And
Absolutely.
you saw it
Just
win
take the
there
Lionel
twice.
Thomas off, James.
Hey, and guys, we're getting more and more donations in there. $8,775 right now. Thank you all so much for pitching in. This is truly a worthwhile cause. Make sure you head on over to Train World's website, give a big fat donation to whatever team you think deserves to win, and we appreciate all of it. It's going to truly people who deserve it. So thank you guys.
We're lining up for the next race here. We've had 8 manufacturers. We've got multiple scales, G, O, HO, all racing today.
All right. So who's the Pico train? Jesus, right? Was it?
We've got the Pico. This little GE is so awesome. I've got a couple of these, and they are such fun little locomotives. They make a track cleaner version of this too. But boy, whether you do outdoor or indoor G scale, this Pico America little GE switcher is such a neat model.
So this is for who wins everything. This is the last race, guys.
Last race, we got the Bachmann Charger and the Pico. What is it, Max? What do you think? The Charger's been awful hot.
2, 1, go!
Oh!
Oh!
Oh, Bachmann.
Oh! All right, good job, guys.
What a race.
Looks like
All right,
G-Scale
good job.
takes the day. The
Good
Pico
job.
America
Good
GE
job.
25-ton little diesel
All right.
locomotive.
Today,
God,
everybody was a winner. Great job to all the kids.
Awesome. Oh,
Great
how
job,
fun.
guys. Great job. That was fun. That was a good, fun race.
Everybody
right
gets a trophy.
Oh, look at this. He's handing out the trophies to all the kids that participated.
Yep.
there. Excellent. Our racers worked hard
There you
today.
go.
They had no training whatsoever, pun
Yes.
intended.
Yes.
Sorry.
There we
Here you go. Great job.
Awesome.
There you go, buddy.
What a fantastic race out there. Seems like everyone had
There
a
you
good
go.
time. And at the end of the day, we're all winners because everyone's well. Oh,
Congratulations.
but looks like everyone
You
had
got a
great
trophy.
time, which
You are
is
a
what really counts.
finalist.
So
Wow.
great job, everyone. Glad to see a
There
lot
you
of
go, buddy.
smiling faces out there.
You know, how awesome. And it all went great. You know, as you say, these kids, this was, you know, they went cold on this. They had not got to run the track or do all that. And it was, I think it was really smooth. Everybody had a lot of fun.
You're
It was fun
welcome.
to see and I think the races were all a lot closer than I expected. What do you think, Max?
Absolutely, especially seeing the acceleration on that Bachmann Charger. It held its own against the G scale. I feel like if we put the
you're welcome.
Bachmann Charger against the LGB engine, then we would have had a HO engine
Anybody
beat a
else have a
G-scale
trophy?
engine.
We need a trophy.
They're all gonna come here take a picture, so we'll do that, and then we can give them the goodies.
So,
Okay. Yep.
very interesting to see how these scales stacked up against each other. But again, at the end of the day, it's not about the fastest train here. It's just about letting these kids have an opportunity to play with some fantastic models and inspire the next generation and benefit people who truly are in need. So thank you everyone who donated, and thank you everyone who pitched in to help have these kids have a fantastic day.
All right, and I'm here to announce too. One thing that we were going to do during this the races is show trailers of each of the manufacturers, but because everything was so fast, we're now going to do it. You're going to do it now, just as a recap of people who purchased all these. And one at a time, from LGB to Bachmann to Walters. We have
Absolutely.
Yeah, Dad.
All right, guys, and while they're taking some pictures here, we got some promos from manufacturers to showcase for you all. So we can go ahead and get this queued up now and let our viewers out there see the stories behind each of the model trains we raced today.
Hi, I'm Stacy with LGB. I just wanted to say good luck and congratulations on getting to run the coolest, fastest train at the big race. LGB is the original garden train, and we have over 50 years of experience making high-quality, fast trains. Just like Santa and his reindeer, this train is lively and quick. So with you, LGB, and the man in the red suit, we know you're going to win. So good luck, have fun, and happy LGB.
All right, that was LGB, one of the classic manufacturers for G-scale trains.
Oh, absolutely. As Stacy mentioned there, yeah, they were one of the first to bring In fact, then it wasn't G scale that, just they were large. It didn't even have a real branding to it back. And here we go. Here's Pico. Here's one of the Metter boys from Pico. Our winner today, Pico taking it all with their little diesel.
I can't hear that on my end, but hopefully you guys can hear it up there.
Yeah, we seem to have a little bit of audio here. I believe that's Dan Medor from Pico America, and he's showing some of the products off there. There's that little GE in front, the Santa Fe, with a couple of ore cars, and then there's their, I believe that's their Mogul in New York Central with some neat old-time passenger cars. Pico's got a wonderful collection of G-scale products, and those guys are just fantastic. You can search that up, picoamerica.com, to find out more about Pico. And again, those are G-scale trains. Both those we saw are G-scale. And if you're not a big hobbyist and you just tuned in for the event today, G works around, what is it, 1 to 1, it's 1/29th to like 1/30.
1/32, yes.
1/32.
It's the largest of the mainstream model train scales.
Exactly.
And it's a very popular scale for outdoor railroads. LGB is the national guard. And here's Athearn, one of the larger manufacturers for the HO scale.
Hello, this is Jim Wiggin, Associate Brand Manager of Athearn Trains, and you may also know me from Train Tuesday. What you've got in your hands today is a locomotive beyond all other locomotives. It's based on 75 years of tradition and craftsmanship. Myself, as well as everybody here at Athearn, wants to wish you good luck in your race today and hopefully start a new hobby. So good luck and high greens.
Thank you, Athearn. Great little video, and their train did a pretty great job sticking its own against the other ones. Their modern
Really
SD70 locomotive.
Athearn, one of the classics in the hobby, celebrating 75 years. That for HO scale, which is 87 times smaller than real life. Here's another one, Bachmann HO. We're having a little trouble here with the Bachmann, but the Bachmann locomotive we had today was the new Simmons Charger, which came out recently. The Surfliner edition of that model, Amtrak California, and it did surprisingly. I mean, I thought it was going to take everything, Max.
Me too, honestly. Seeing that acceleration and the power and those locomotives and those bright LEDs too, can't forget about that. That was a very wow locomotive. I think it wins for the wow factor category.
Most definitely.
Seems like Bachmann's video seems to be cutting in and out, but what was not cutting out in and out was their charger.
Now those videos, I think we'll ask Junior if we can get some of those videos put up on Facebook so we can see it again. Oh, look at that! Did we get a train set?
Looks like that. Looks like we're passing out some train sets for the kids. That's a big surprise. Look at that! Oh man, everyone gets to take home a train. Where's my invite? Oh, that's fantastic. I'm sure they're going to treasure those forever. No Christmas tree is complete without a train, and I think a lot of these kids are going to have a very, very fantastic holiday.
Absolutely. The holidays are upon us, and yes, you got to have a train running around the tree.
Absolutely. Wow, now that is really cool. They're getting their own trains to take home. That is seriously fantastic. And guys, all these train sets that we're giving away today, that's powered by the donations that we've received. So thank you all, especially those guys out there in the YouTube comments. We see you plugging the event hard. So thank you so much for working hard to make to help us reach our goal and give these kids a holiday they won't forget.
Looks like we're taking some more pictures there. The kids have got their trophies, their T-shirts. I see some checkered flags. We got all sorts of swag today.
That's awesome. While we're waiting for the event to wrap up, I think we might have a couple more commercials to play. There should be one from the Peter Trains and one from Lionel, I believe.
Okay. All right, and we are back. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, we had some technical difficulties for a sec, but
No worries.
we want to play the Bachmann trailer again as well as the rest, so that their great products can be showcased. For
Sure thing. All right, let's see that Bachmann trailer again. And
Although Bachmann did great racing, looks like we're having a little technical trouble keeping the video rolling there, Max.
yeah, just a little bit of issues with the video there. But once again, we would like to reiterate Bachmann has some truly fantastic products for most all scales. They do a lot in every single scale, and their products are reliable workhorses that will give you years and years of entertainment and enjoyment.
Absolutely. And the Bachmann train sets from N scale up to G scale with HO. They've got their Owen 30 narrow gauge and O scale, Williams by Bachmann O gauge, naturally HO. I mean, Bachmann does about everything in the hobby. You can search Bachmann train Train World Fury Pole. I bought more Bachmann over the years than Train World than you can. You know, Max, Train World's been around since '68 is when it was started. I was born in '66, so Train World has always been a place to go to buy trains. And yeah, I think one of the first things I bought was Bachmann.
Yeah, a lot of my first trains were Bachmann too. I remember way back in the day, I had some Bachmann tubular track and some Bachmann O gauge. G gauge is actually what got me started, and I think a couple of my freight cars are made of solid stuff. Try one more time. Let's see if I can unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's going to get going, and that's a shame. But once again, guys, Bachmann does make some really great stuff, and we'd like to thank them for their participation in today's event. They truly helped make it spectacular with their runner-up in the race, the Siemens Charger.
I mean, thanks to everybody involved. Atlas, Athens, Bachmann, Pico, LGB, Walthers, Rapido, Lionel. Did I miss anybody there? From HO to G, we had them all on display, all racing today. All of them participated in this first ever Great American Train Race for Charity. And what a fun event it was. I mean, awesome to see all the trains racing.
First of many, I hope, because I can tell there's a lot of kids who are going to walk out of here with smiles that'll last them a lifetime.
What's the numbers at, Max? You talked about, are we approaching $9,000? What's the? I know we'll have an official total later today, but
we are approaching 9,000. I think we're close to somewhere around $880 or $8,800.
Wow.
Allow me to see if I can pull up the link right here. But we're doing a great job with those donations, guys. Getting very close to our goal of $10,000. But if whatever the case may be, we've got a lot of money and a lot of trains to hand out. So a very fantastic job by everyone.
I see.
And all those guys out there in the YouTube chat.
This HO stuff is great, but we need more N scale, man.
What about that Turboliner? We've done really well with it in HO. Maybe an N scale version would work.
Why not? It's so simple. You just press a button and it becomes smaller.
Hey, wait a second. Where'd that camera come from? Isn't that yours?
That's my camera.
Yeah. And where'd this dog come from?
Everything's just coming out of nowhere.
Exactly. But anyways, we're here today because we're sponsoring Train World and the Great American Train Race on behalf of the Family and Children's Association of Long Island.
And we have high confidence that our locomotive is going to win this race. But even if it doesn't matter, because the Family and Children's Association of Long Island is going to win, and that's what's important here.
Absolutely. So go Team Rapido.
Giver.
That was Jordan and Jeremy with a canine friend from Rapido Trains of Canada. They had the New Jersey Transit F40, which the operators, I think it did pretty well. The operator is always the variable on these things too, though.
That is true.
Yeah.
That was a very nice video from Rapido, and definitely want to give a big shout out to them for the amazing work that they've done, both in the hobby and for today's event. And a big thank you to Jason Schramm, the founder of Rapido Trains, who made a pretty substantial donation right from the get-go when we announced this event. So Jason and all of Rapido, thank you guys for your continued support. And to all of our sponsors, again, thank you guys for helping make this event fantastic.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Rapido is, again, I mentioned that before as we were starting today, how there's so many enthusiasts in these hobby companies. And Rapido is kind of the poster child in a way for that with me. I know a lot of the guys there that work from, Jason that owns a company to the R&D guys. And yeah, everybody, the hobby is something that they're passionate about. And you see it in the products, the packaging, the videos they do some of the most fun videos in the hobby as well, talking about their products and just the things they do. I see Ken Jr. there is talking to somebody. I saw a big check a minute ago. I assume Ken will tell us who that was. I saw some pictures with the FCA person in the check. Oh, we're handing out shirts here. This whole event was broadcast live today on Facebook and YouTube, streamed out. The 25-foot raceway with 5 tracks, 2G, 1O, 2 HOs at the Lynbrook Trainland location in the New York City area.
Yeah, 25 feet of racing, sending these trains down the tracks at high speeds, giving some kids an opportunity to really get their first experience with the model train and just open up the throttle and have some fun like we all have always wanted to do.
As I said, yeah, that's always that first thing. I think I remember I had a circle of track, would have been HO, the 36-inch circle of 18 radius curves. And I remember that poor F unit being on its side quite a bit because it would be like, give it a little more power, a little more power. And then finally, whoop, over on the side. So
same here.
Got to have that fun.
My grandfather was pretty picky about not letting us run his trains too fast, but I actually have specific memories of my brother and I when we first started with trains. We had a G gauge set up around the tree with a, I think it was a Bachmann or maybe an LGB. I don't quite remember, but it was a little switcher diesel in the Pennsylvania Railroad paint scheme, and we'd run it as fast as we could so it wouldn't get to the turns. It would start leaning, but then fall back onto the track. And we'd always try and see who could get it lean the most without it completely tipping over.
Falling over, yeah.
And I think by the end of the day, you couldn't even recognize the paint on that locomotive anymore because it was so banged up. But we had good fun, and those memories truly did help get me to where I am in the hobby today. And I hope that some of these kids will go on to stick with the hobby, and no matter the case, I'm just glad they all walked out with smiles today.
There's Ken Jr. Ken, we looked at the numbers recently. Have you seen the donations? It's about to break $9,000.
Wow. Crazy, unbelievable. Everybody here is ecstatic. They can't believe that the number's still going up. How this became a virtual event and people all over the world, donating out of the goodness of their hearts. I mean, it's fantastic. All the politicians were so impressed that, people around the world, not just the local community, it's people all over, Australia, Japan, everywhere coming together and donating for a good cause. And hopefully you got some good footage today of the kids racing. Each family left with the train set. They had hats from Lionel, goodies, whistles, shirts, trophies. So all the kids were ecstatic. And did you see their faces racing?
Yes. Oh, I mean, it was so much fun. I'd see their Ken kind of coaching them on what they need to do and turning up the throttle. And boy, you know, some of them, there was that one little guy that was just hands. Let me in there. Let me in there. And
Let me in there. I got to crank that throttle.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm ready. In fact, he was wanting to do the other guys too. And then you had some where it's like, you know, come on, step on up here, step on up here. But yeah, they all did great. It was such a variable to see how it would go. And it was amazing, Ken. It was again, you knocked another one out of the park. These live events.
Great work, Ken.
I mean, nobody does it like Train
team.
World.
Fantastic job.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you two kind of manning the show and being a part of this. So Tony, Max, and Christian, thank you very much, all three of you, for keeping everyone like a Grammy style event. It was unbelievable.
And Pico,
I'm super happy. I'm super happy.
Was amazing, Ken.
And just want to say that just some closing words. And I mean, this was a terrific race. And here we gave all the winners an award for all of our conductors. And we handed them out a train set for each family. So they walked away with getting trains into their family spirit. And, just bringing some happiness and joy to their family was a great thing. And just before we wrap up, I just want to say a quick thank you again to everyone who donated to the cause and helped support this event. We truly appreciate all of you participating. And thank you to all the contributions we received. We presented FCA with a check that was well over $7,000. And now it's like $8,000, and we're nearing like $9,000 raised for an epic, never been done before.
No.
So it was definitely a unique way to get the whole train community kind of involved all in one, which I think that's what makes it so much more special. Instead of just having it in store where it's a closed off event, I think, and you could tell by the comments here, just people really excited and wanting to donate more money and getting the excitement over the kids racing. It was just tremendous. And, all the manufacturers, Athearn, Atlas, Bachmann, LGB, Lionel, Pico, Rapido, Walthers. I mean, they raised so much money, and we had so many politicians here to witness it and to be a part of it, and they were so excited, and a lot of these politicians were actually, seen the store or came in or had trains when they were kids, so it was nice to hear those stories. The mayor came by, assemblywoman, all these different politicians. So a big shout out to all of them who stopped by. William Gaylord, the Nassau County legislator, Anthony D'Esposito, the 4th District Council, Judy Griffin, Alan Beach, Mayor Alan Beach. So many great people attending, wanting to witness and be a part of it. And I think it's the start of something big.
Absolutely.
And also we had, news agencies taking pictures and awards were given. So it's really nice that the town, Long Island, and the world all came together just for one great event. So we're just really thrilled, and we're all blessed to have such wonderful patrons and loyal followers in our industry. That's what really makes this train industry so great. We have the greatest consumer fans, patrons in the world. I mean, this was just not the manufacturers raising the money. This was everybody. Over $8,000 is a really big deal. When we first started this, we weren't sure if we were going to raise over $1,000. So this was a total surprise. The FCA was thrilled. They're excited. Their COO of operations came on in, and Lisa Birch, and the help of Nikki, it became a great event. So we're really excited.
Absolutely.
Just
It's
awesome.
really great.
Ken, as you say, it was amazing on the politicians. I think everybody said, I remember coming here with my dad. I came here with my brother. I mean, everybody knows Trainland. And there is, Max and I were talking about this throughout the morning, that lure of model railroading and how fun it is. And as you say, that this community, whether it's the manufacturers, the consumers that use the trains, there's a passion and an excitement for model trains that's like nothing else. And boy, we saw it today. It was really awesome. And yeah, we're approaching $9,000. I can't believe it.
It's really great to see how everyone in this hobby has come together to help support people because, at the end of the day, no matter what scale you model, no matter what era, no matter what your manufacturer of choice is, we're all model railroaders and we're all hobbyists. We all love trains. And I think that I speak for a lot of the hobby when I say we just want to see everyone enjoy the hobby, more people involved, and everyone have fun. And at the end of the day, it's really great to see everyone come together and support these unique goals. It's a hobby based on community, and it's a community based on enjoyment. And I think that there's a lot of enjoyment out there.
Fantastic. Well said, Max. Well said. Ken, congratulations again. These events, I mean, the stuff we've done in the last year, it's mind blowing. Whether it's, remember we put model trains and real trains together with Amtrak this summer. You've done virtual shows in place of some of the events that got canceled during the pandemic. I mean, what Train World has come together, the fun we've had on these events has really taken things to a new level.
Oh, yeah. All right. I do have to go, and I just have to say goodbye to somebody here. So I just want to thank everybody out there from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate everybody who supported. Even if you didn't donate, just watching this event really means a lot to everyone. And Tony, Max, Christian, Jimmy, Nikki, Tina, everybody who helped put this event together, we really appreciate you taking the time. And I know Max is a college student, so he woke up early for this event. And Tony got up, conducting everything and getting it going. So we really appreciate you guys taking the time and putting this together. Thank you, everyone out there. Thank you so much. God bless. Thank you. And thank you again. Take care, guys.
Thank you, Ken, for putting such a fantastic event together.
Well, there you have it, live from New York City. Lynbrook actually was the first ever Great American Train Race for charity. How fantastic. And this will be out on YouTube. You can tell your friends, share the links, trainworld.com. Thanks, everybody, for watching today. Max, it was awesome doing this with you. What a fun way to start the week.
Tony. Yep. And Christian, great work behind the camera too. We appreciate you back there running the show.
Thank you. I was the mysterious guy who you never really got to see because I was behind the laptop the whole time. But
pay no mind to the man behind the curtain.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's always a pleasure. And it was just really awesome getting to see these races, for up close like this.
Absolutely.
And I hope that everyone enjoyed the event. Thank you so much for the donations, and just keep the spirit of model railroading going as long as you can.
Absolutely.
And with
Thank
that,
you, everyone, for tuning in today. Thank you, everyone, for donating. Thanks to all our manufacturers, our sponsors, and everyone else. This has been a great event, and I can tell there's a lot of people who are going to forget this happened. I know for one that I'm going to remember this for a long time.
Absolutely. And with that, we will wrap up the event. Thanks again, everyone.
All righty.